Hello, here is the group leader tutorial to show you your responsibilities and also how to achieve them. The first part of your responsibilities is to post the discussion board questions. In order to do this, first click on the content, and then you can go down here to lesson 2. Scrolling further down, you can see here the lesson 2 discussion boards. Now, I highly recommend two things with posting the threads. The first one is when you are posting your threads, create the first thread as an introduction of yourself. Hello, my name is so-and-so. I require that you make sure your initial post is by Wednesday at midnight. I want your follow-up post to be done by Friday at a certain time. All of the voting be done certain time, and then I will then assign people out to help me edit the questions. By doing this, all of the editing of the questions is not left up to you. It's put the burden on the entire group. So I recommend you do that. The second part is to have a second window open so that you can easily copy and paste all of the questions over to each thread. So the second part of your responsibilities is to create each discussion thread. So for example, you create a thread, it's just question 1. And then you go over to the other window where you have the questions open. And then all you need to do is copy and paste each question over into the discussion board. Scroll down and push post. Now let's do this one more time just for practice. You click on start a new thread, question 2. Go back over to where the questions are. Copy it and paste it into the body of the thread. Scroll down and post. Now let's say that you messed up a little bit when you were spelling the word question or in the question itself. You just click on this arrow next to the title of the thread and go and click on edit thread. You can then go in there and edit how you would like to edit it, whatever it may be. And then you can just update. And there's all the questions. So do that for each of the questions. For lesson 2, there are only 12 questions. Or excuse me, there's only 9 questions. For every other lesson, 3, 4, 5, and 6, there will be 12 questions. And then for lesson 7, there will only be 6 questions. So make sure that you check and make sure you have all of the answers or all of the questions so that you can post each thread according to the question. Now the next part of your responsibility goes into the collaborative or the compiling all of the responses. Each group member should answer each question, each discussion prompt, including you. You must answer each question. Now, to see which questions are the best, because you want the very best of the best to put in for submission, you can kind of see here where there's a plus sign. Each member of the group should vote on which answer is the best. You can then at the end of the week go through and see which question is the most popular or which people think is the best essay. Take the most popular one and then you can edit that response to put in one document. So for each question should have a response in this one document. Please list the question and then put the best of the best answers. Now, like I said, I recommend you talking to each group member or assigning each group member to help edit each essay so that it's the very best. Now, come back over here once you've got all of the discussion prompts and all of the best answers in a document. You come back over here to content. In content, again, scroll down to the very bottom of the page and you'll see on this group submission. Click on the group submission and add the attachment. That will then submit your document for your group. Now it's really important that you do this by Saturday at midnight or Saturday at 11 p.m. because this is when it's due. If it is late, the whole group will get docked for their work. So please, please, please submit it according to when you need to. The last part of the group leader requirement The last important part of this requirement would be to go back over to lesson 2. Again, scroll down to the very bottom and do this peer assessment. Click on the peer assessment, and if you click on this link, it will download a peer assessment worksheet. You go and you list each member of your group and assess them according to the rubric in the Teach One Another folder to see who has fulfilled the duties as you've asked. Please be honest in your work. The ranking is from 0 to 10. If they haven't posted anything or participated at all, please give them a 0. Otherwise, use your best judgment on the scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the best. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know this seems like a lot, but pretty soon you'll be an absolute expert and you'll know exactly what you need to do. But if you have questions, let me know. Have a good day.